Alright, it's time to weather the Shadow Freddy and Bonnie figure. Make you look pretty decent now. Oh, what the? Okay, you're right. I didn't review Toy Freddy just yet. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put these off to the side, and we're gonna review Toy Freddy now. Just please don't bite me. What Jumbo Freddy wants, Jumbo Freddy gets. Before we take a closer look at the new Toy Freddy figure, I want to show you a little bit of a closer look to this Jumbo Freddy. Now, I know I did my shorter videos of me like finding it in store as well as like the initial release, but I can't say enough good things about this plush. It's so obscenely big that it barely fits like on my shelving display up there, but I love this plush so much because of just how obscenely big it is, and the quality is so nice, and it is so incredibly soft as well. If you have a chance to get this, I would highly 10 out of 10 recommend picking it up. I mean, it's $40, right? Target exclusive, and people are gobbling these up like instantly. I've seen this go in and out of stock on Target like at least 3 times, and I feel like it's going to be even more popular during the holidays. And truth be told, this is probably the plush of the year right now for me. If you love these little plush already, then just think of this times 20, and that's exactly what you're dealing with. All right, Toy Freddy, the final figure that we need to review from the World of Figures Wave 1. Arguably the best for last, maybe, I don't know, Mangle's still my favorite. But the thing is that we know, in case you don't, $10 is the price point, unless you buy the Target exclusive bundle, which is all 4 characters, $37.99. Again, all the links, all the tags, everything I could possibly find will be down below in the little tag products. And if you do happen to purchase anything from there, it does help out the channel, so I'd like to be a little transparent with you on that. As always, here is the barcode to help you find this in store. I find it crazy that this is the first real Toy Freddy figure that we have. Funko never did one within 11 years, which is kind of wild, but we have him here now, just in time for the FNAF 2 movie, which is right around the corner. So let's start with the head, no articulation, and then no articulation here at the torso, but that is because of that jump scare mechanism here on the inside. Like I've said previously, I wouldn't mind if they made another World of figure that has no jump scare action, but extra articulation at the head and also the torso. I think that'd be pretty sweet. His shoulders have a great amount of movement because there's no like shoulder pad to get in the way, so you can bring them completely all the way upwards. Now, any position that you have the arms in, you can still do the jump scare feature, which is great that it isn't just hindered to one position and that position only. So with that being said, you can actually take these arms and you can do some movement here where the shoulder is. You'll feel like a click, and you can do this at both of these arms. You could do a click and basically spin this all the way around and get the arms into just different positions if you wanted to. And then below that, we have 2 joints here. We have a swivel and a hinge, so you can bring this arm and flex it upwards about this high or so. I wouldn't say 90 degrees, and then you can bend it backwards as well, just because the suit pieces gets in the way, so that's about as far back as you can get that to go. But you can swivel this arm around, and that will help you get into some better poses and into some more realistic jump scare poses also. And then here at the wrist, same type of movement that you've seen with the rest of the figures, forwards, backwards, and you can spin it around as well. Great posability for having an action feature to this figure. Very impressed how they were able to achieve this. I'm actually really surprised. I didn't know how much I was going to actually like these figures, especially since I had my hands on the Endo series back there, but I have been pleasantly surprised. Despite there not being any torso articulation here, they kind of make up for it with multiple joints here at the hips. So there is a ball and socket that you see right there. There's also like this drop down joint, so you can bring the legs up and down this way. So in combination with all of that, you can get Freddy into some really good poses, a full seated position with the jump scare still active. I mean, look at that. That is pretty impressive, I must say. I am curious to see how much of a break he has here at his knees, because Chica had a decent amount, but Toy Bonnie like really surprised me. Ooh, that joint is nice and stiff. Toy Bonnie had more range of motion compared to Toy Chica, which I thought was interesting, and Toy Freddy has a great amount as well, and it's all due to like this cutout right here at like the upper part of like this hamstring area. All right, trying to get the legs as neutral as possible, so that is about as far as Toy Chica can go, and you know, it's not bad as I see it again, but let's put Toy Bonnie in here as well. Let's see what his range of motion articulation is. Yeah, his definitely still seems maybe a little bit greater. I don't know. I think you're just kind of splitting hairs at this point, but I would say that Toy Chica does have a little less movement here compared to Toy Freddy. You know, as I'm looking at these legs, I'm noticing that there's like these little details here at the legs and then also at the arm. It's almost like little sculpted detail that is like not quite a withered effect, but like almost like texture to the suit pieces. And this is something that I didn't notice when I was messing with the figure at Comic-Con. It is a nice little attention to detail that they put right there. And then the last area of movement is going to be here at the foot. You can rotate it forwards and backwards, and then also spin it around. Now, I do want to point out that everything looks pretty symmetrical to Freddy. Like, nothing really stands out that looks too out of place or is like, you kind of like put your head to the side like, I don't know about that. Everything is pretty nice and detailed and proportioned well. Now, when you look here at the back where the jump scare action is, that little peg sticks out, which is inevitable to all these figures. But you can push it in, it almost goes pretty much all the way flush, and it sticks out not a crazy amount. I mean, it could be worse, definitely, but it is noticeable if you turn from a profile. But if you have them standing straight on looking at you, then it's not an issue whatsoever. And like, this is one of the things that I was surprised about that I didn't think we were able to do with these jump scare rolled up figures, is get in a realistic like walking pose. Like, I didn't think that was possible because of this mechanism here. I thought it was just going to keep those arms locked in place without any further significant movement. So super happy that you're still able to do that. Let's put those eyes to the test. You can kind of see they're already starting to glow. Turning off my main lights. Oh yeah, baby. Let's get a nice close-up right there. Man, such like the icing on top of the cake. I can't say that enough, that they included glow-in-the-dark eyes on pretty much all of their merch. I think the only one that doesn't have anything so far is the puppet, you know, the plush. When you see this in person, when you have this on shelf and you turn off all your lights, you're gonna be a little freaked out, not gonna lie, because as I'm looking at my shelving right now, I have at least 20-something pairs of eyes looking at me. Here it is, the complete first wave of the world of figures. Man, does that feel good to check these off the list and get this video out to you guys. Now, this is just the start, the beginning. So I would imagine we're going to be seeing our classic characters, and then, you know, they're got to do Golden Freddy, Springtrap, all the popular characters as well. So here is our Endo series figures. They've released 3 so far. Now, Chica and Foxy, I believe, are supposed to be arriving in December. And of course, I'll be posting updates when those start dropping or whenever there's like sightings. And yes, I will be uploading all of those to the channel as well. It hasn't even been 2 months or so, and we already have a nice variety of characters. I am going to heavily rearrange my FNAF shelf over there. I'm going to add a black light, and I'll probably get another one of these like checker prints and put that on the shelving itself. I got this from Amazon. It's just like a piece of paper with an adhesive behind it. I don't know if I would really recommend it. It's like basically as thin as paper, and I just put it to like this foam board. I'm sure there's better alternatives out there, and I'm not that crafty where I'd actually want to make my own squares and checkerboard. So I don't know. I'll post updates if I find something that looks better. All right, that completes wave 1 for the world of figures. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how much these figures have. I mean, there's a lot of bang for your buck with this. I was a little apprehensive with the jump scares. I wasn't too sure about this, and I think initially that's why Mangle was my favorite, because the gimmick didn't like really hinder too much with the character. Like the button mechanism in the back wasn't just like some obscene part to Mangle. And in retrospect, even though that button is there, it doesn't really take away from the character too much. I mean, it could be a lot worse, especially for $10. But these are all extremely solid pieces, and I gotta say Mangle is still my favorite just because it's Mangle. There's nothing wrong with these figures at all. If Toy Bonnie is your favorite, then you're absolutely gonna love this figure. Same thing with Toy Chica. But if I had to rank these for myself, I would say Mangle, Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie. I don't know what it is. I love classic Bonnie, but there's just something about Toy Bonnie. He's just never been my favorite out of FNAF 2. But that may change with the new movie and Matt Pat as Toy Bonnie, so who knows? But all in all, great articulation. You can still get in a walking pose, which I thought was impressive, especially because of that mechanism in the body. So I love that. $10, can't beat it. One other thing that I would like to point out, you can actually pop off these hands to Toy Freddy, so I don't know how they'll implement this in the future. I would definitely like to see a microphone at some point, as well as a guitar. are. So if that means they have to include like just an extra hand in one of the play sets that is designated to hold a microphone, I'm okay with that. But all in all, I would definitely like to see some accessories in the future. But that's all I got for you. I really hope you liked all of these videos. I have everything posted up on my YouTube, so check it out. I also still have to post about the mini plush and the keychain plush as well, so look forward to that. I'll probably do like a smaller video. But if you enjoyed this unboxing, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel, and it lets me know that you like the content and you want to see more. But connect with me on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date when new things drop, like our FNAF characters. I also post toy photography and toy videos, things that you won't necessarily see here on YouTube. Until then, collectors, I'll see y'all in the next video.